Hello everyone and welcome to the Pacific Northwest Mermaid Tarot. We're going to do a pick a card reading today. We have 3 piles here, and then what I also did after setting up the piles is I shuffled again, and the card that came out is the World, a major arcana card. And then 2 Moonology cards came out. Confidence is your key to success, New Moon in Leo, and a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So based off of this is your summer 2026 reading that is going to be in these decks. If looking at the thumbnail, there was one deck that really caught your eye, you can go ahead and skip ahead. There are timestamps down below this video. This is going to be pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. And you can learn all about your world in 2026 summertime. Now, if you're not sure, you can also choose based on whatever kind of trinket or crystal speaks to you the most. This is just a shell right here that I found. I don't remember if it was in Washington or Oregon. I'm not even sure if it was on the beach. It could have been on the Puget Sound. I believe this is citrine here. It's supposed to have good energetic properties. I think they are attached to the sacral chakra, which could be getting in touch with femininity or your sensuality. And I don't know the name of this crystal. I keep meaning to look it up. I honestly have no excuse for it. I just keep forgetting. And it does have, I don't want to say anything wrong and lead someone astray, so I'm not going to say the name of it, but I do feel the property coming off of it is someone who's about to be in the spotlight. So if you can feel kind of in your soul that there's a big change or something really meaningful is going to happen for you in 2026 that is going to call you to step into a deeper, bigger version of yourself, this might be your pile. And then what I'm also going to do is show you, just in case you're still not sure, the indicator card. We have the King of Pentacles for this palette. What's so interesting is that I remember the King of Pentacles came out reversed. So I don't know how he's upright right now, but he is. So that's special. So the King of Pentacles is a card of wealth and abundance, of finally getting to enjoy the riches that you have worked so hard for. If that's speaking to you, pile 1 is your pile. And again, you can skip ahead down below. And then under pile number 2, the bottom of the deck, the indicator card we have is the 8 of Swords. If you have been feeling stuck, or even just the idea of the upcoming summer is making you feel exhausted and like, oh my gosh, like you're dreading it, this is your pile right here. And again, just because it's your card doesn't mean that's necessarily going to indicate your pile, the content of the message. That's just the card that came out when I was shuffling before doing this reading. And underneath this last, pile number 3, we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is all about romanticizing your life. It's also about new love, new romantic connections coming into your life too. So if that's speaking to you, pile number 3 is where you're going to want to be for your reading. Like that, let's get into it. Okay, pile number 1, your reading is about to start. I have all of the cards put back into the deck. And I'm just going to start shuffling and seeing what comes out. I think that card wants to come out, and that might even be your indicator card. I'm not sure how much everything's gone back in. All right, Spirit, Holy Angels of Light, Pure White Energy. Speak through this deck. What can pile number 1 expect for their summer of 2026? Also, it is January right now, the new year when I'm filming this, so this is so exciting that you're all going to get a peek at your summer reading this early in the year. That seems very special. And I know the video might sit on the internet for a long time before anyone actually sees it. But the fact that I'm going to get a little sneak peek about your summers when it's still winter time, that seems really special. Okay, I know a card wants to come out. I'm just not sure. Is this it? There's another one in here. Okay. Anything else? Just gonna close my eyes and go through these one more time. Okay, this one and this one all want to come out. Anything else? Any last messages? Okay, we might not be done yet. There might be more cards in a minute, but I'm going to set that off to the side just for now. And I'm going to go ahead and look at what these cards are that we got. Oh, beautiful. We have the moon. So there's a little bit of mystery. There's something you're not sure about that's coming up in your summer. Something you're maybe excited for, but also you don't really know how to feel about it is coming up. The Six of Swords, that's slow movement. There might be something you're not sure is going to happen at all. With the Nine of Swords, this is the card of nightmares. I don't know if that means you're going to have nightmares during the summer. I don't feel that. This whole area, this is just a lot of energy, so we're going to get clarification in a moment. Two of Cups. You might be having some summer flings. That's what I see with the Two of Cups. But also, the Two of Cups can indicate lasting love. So something that might start out as a fling could end up being something that lasts forever. Five of Wands, this is a card of just energy. You are going to be feeling so beautiful, so radiant during summer of 2026. This might be your glow up summer. Like, I would say, just if you've been tempted to get like a Polaroid camera or something like that, do it, because you're going to be taking a lot of photos this summer. This is going to be a summer you're going to want to remember for a very long time. Let's pull some color cards and see if there are any big messages that you're meant to hear. You feel maybe all three of these? We're going to go with it. We have Violet with Create a Balanced Life. Aqua, Experience Peace and Calm, and that's such a summer color too. And Orange with Nurture Yourself. All right, so this is your advice right here. Create a balanced life. I do see with this added perspective here that there is a possibility that your summer could be a nightmare. It could be that you are currently on a course where you are just setting yourself up for failure in one way or another. That's what I see with the slowness here. You could be doing a little stress eating too. Maybe you're really worried about that whole summer body and everything. You do not need to be worried about that. That's what I'm absolutely seeing here. Especially with Nurture Yourself coming through. If you have been stressing and thinking to yourself like, oh my gosh, I put on so much weight during the holidays, whatever it is, that's not the case. You are just fine. You're absolutely so beautiful. Your confidence, your radiance, it's going to come from within. You don't need to look like, I think skinny talk is what everyone's calling it right now. You do not need that in order to find lasting love, or even if you're just looking to have like a fun fling or something this summer, that's there. This is so much radiance. It's already within you too. And I did see the Two of Swords. There will be a very difficult decision coming up with the summertime. I'm not sure if that's going to be at work or in your personal life. I will say the colors in this card look a lot like the aqua here, and we have the master number 33 if you're someone who follows numerology. Experience peace and calm. That's what the aqua card says. which is so interesting because the Two of Swords, gosh, especially when we look at this other Swords card we have here, the Two of Swords is about having decisions that just the thought of needing to make them is so exhausting because you feel like there is no right answer. You feel like you are so stuck where it's like you can choose this and you will probably regret it, or you can choose this and you will probably regret it, and you just can't decide. One thing that's coming to my mind right now is this saying or this expression, and I can't remember exactly how it goes. I'm probably going to butcher it, but I'm going to try my best anyways. If you can't decide between two things, pick your problems. Both of these things are going to come with problems. So instead of looking at, oh, which one has the best potential outcome, look at just what are the guaranteed problems for option A. Is it a matter of, oh, I have to give up this, I have to give up this, and I'm going to have to add this to my plate? Are these things you can live with? And then what are the guaranteed problems for option B? Is it, oh, like my social life is going to be ruined, but honestly, like maybe your social life you felt like wasn't that good anyways. Maybe it was something that was really exhausting you, so you're okay with that. Or it's like, no, like the social life is something that's really grounding for me. I can't give that up. So pick whichever problems are going to come with this, because then later on when you look back and you're in that difficulty, you're in the hardness of it all, you know you picked your problems and you can have a lot of peace with that. So if this is something that's coming up in the summer, and you might even be feeling a little bit of it right now, just be ready, mindset wise. When that decision presents itself, when there's that fork in the road, pick your problems, because the Two of Swords, it is kind of a no-win situation, but not in the sense that neither has a good outcome, just the idea that neither one's going to be easy. So pick your problems. I've said that I think 3 or 4 times, so hopefully you heard me at least once. Let's get out our astrology cards real quick and see if we can get some extra clarification for pile number 1's summertime. This card wants to come out. We have Chiron with inner healing. This is beautiful because it's right here between experience, peace, and calm, and nurture yourself. I think that's what it wanted to land, and this one wants to land next to it too. Both of these cards, or just the first one? I'm going to say both of them. We have the 12th house with spirituality and art. Oh, such a beautiful card. And moon. You have the moon showing up twice. How and why do you have the moon showing up twice? There is something really special that's going to happen for you between the 2 full moons of summer of 2026. It could also be some of you might not see this video until summer of 2027, because I believe we have a lunar eclipse, I think, is happening. I want to say it's August 2nd of 2027. Please fact check that to be sure, because I don't actually remember. But I think they said it's going to be an eclipse. And I think they said it's the longest one that we're going to have for the rest of the century. And that's coming up. So if you're seeing this and it is actually coming upon summer of 2027, then this is your reading too, in case you're wondering. But I'm trying to see what other meaning 2 moons would have. I do feel like the universe is really saying, look at the calendar right now. And I don't know if it's talking about moons as in months. Because if it's talking about full moons, I'm not sure. I think this is something that you need to look up yourself. Look up and see when the next moon is from when you're watching this, especially if you're not seeing this until summer. There's something really special about that. What I also see is, I hear this just like, light the way. Wait and make this decision until a full moon. And especially if you can go out and go for a walk under that full moon, I think there's just going to be a moment of clarity. Okay, I'm still shuffling these off to the side here. We have a lot coming out. I think it's just the bottom one from there that wants to come out. And we have Trine with support and inspiration. There is going to be an abundance of money coming your way very soon. That's what I see with support and inspiration. It could be something you are starting sometime during the winter is going to start paying off in the summertime. It could also be money coming from a relative or somebody who's intending to support you. If you have a dream, because I did see over here spirituality and art with the 12th house, if you have some creative passion, don't be afraid to ask for money. Start asking for it now. You may actually get a chance to just dive into this side hustle, into this passion, whatever it is, this project, and have all the support you need. The money could come from a relative. In fact, it most likely will. And I know everyone says don't do business with family. If you are young especially, though it could apply at any age, it is okay to accept money from people in your family, take it as a gift, and use it. Use it to fund your dreams. Because a lot of times, that's what, grandmas especially, they really want to see a lot of times. Is just, what are we doing? What is it that we're really passionate about? And what do we need to make those passions, those dreams a reality? And if it's money, like, okay, here's $500. $500 isn't enough. Here's $700. They want to set you up to succeed, to see if you can. And if you don't, that's fine. Like, you tried and now you know. I think what's really important is they don't want you to live with regret of not knowing what would happen if you tried, because you never had the means to. So accept it, and however much it is, unless they specifically say you need to pay them back, don't feel the need to, because that was a learning lesson. And that money they gave you to go and follow your dreams probably taught you more than you could learn in school if you had put that money towards tuition for that same thing. I have one more card. Oh, we have Sagittarius with the World Explorer. You're going to be doing some traveling this summer. I absolutely see that. And what I see too now, these cards are kind of taking on a different meaning. With the Six of Swords, you may get the option to stay somewhere a little longer than you thought you would. And maybe you're hesitant. Maybe you're like, I don't know, I wanted to go to Europe. I wanted to go to South America. I wanted to explore it. I wanted to check it out. But I was thinking I'd only be there for a week or 2 weeks. And you might have the option to stay for much longer. Maybe that's 6 weeks, because we do have the Six of Swords here. Also Sagittarius, that tends to happen in the 11th and 12th months. We do have the 12th house here. Maybe you have the option to stay there for 12 weeks, which is a long time to be somewhere that is not home. You are absolutely being called to take that opportunity if it presents yourself. And if you're feeling like, how am I going to fund this? How am I going to fund living abroad or living in this other place for this much time? You have the Trine with support and inspiration. The money is there. The universe is aligning you to be able to do this. It is going to work out. It's not something you need to worry about. Go for it. Take that leap. Take all of those photos too. And whatever it is that's been stressing you out, with the card of sleepless nights here and the Nine of Swords, write down that energy. Write it all down. Because I think, especially having the 12th house here, there is an idea that is waiting to break free, and it could absolutely be that if you have one of those sleepless nights where you're just, oh my gosh, I can't sleep for anything, turn on a little lamp, get up, grab your notebook, start writing. I think there's inspiration that's about to come to you. It could happen at the start of summer. It could also happen right before summer, could happen maybe in May. That's coming to my mind. There's some inspiration there and you need to follow it. You might actually be on the right frequency to hear some special message, and it's coming at night. You may also want to start looking at keeping little owls around, like an owl necklace, for instance, because owls can often be the spirit animals of anyone who's struggling to fall asleep at night. And I think that's something that could be happening for you. And there's good in it. There's something beautiful. Having the moon card come up for you as well, that also makes me wonder if there might be some inspiration that's going to come to you while the moon is out, while the moon's awake. And even though I know you're probably like, that's bad advice to just get up if I'm feeling tired and trying to sleep and it's midnight or 2 or 3 a.m., but just try it one time. Even if you're sleepy the next day, I think there's something special that the universe is trying to tell you. One thing that I've always heard growing up Christian was that when you're awake at night and you just can't sleep, I think it's in the book of Samuel, you're supposed to say, "Speak, Lord, your servant is listening." So whatever your version is of that, it could be, "Speak to me, universe, I'm ready to receive." It could be, "Guide me, holy angels," as you're writing something down. But be prepared for that, because you have a beautiful, absolutely just radiant summer ahead. It's not going to be easy, especially early on, but you're going to remember it for the rest of your life. That's all I have for you. I'll see you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. I have all of the cards back in the deck. I just finished the reading for pile number 1. So happy that you're joining me for this. This is going to be all about your summer for 2026. And I wonder if some of the same cards are going to come out because they really don't want to go back in the deck. There's a lot of energy in here I'm getting right away. Okay, that card. Not that card, surprisingly. Okay. And some cards from here possibly want to come out as well. The energy I'm feeling is very happy energy. Even though I know the indicator card for this deck, if I remember correctly, you had the 8 of Swords, which is a card of feeling stuck. I am not feeling stuck energy from this deck, though. I am feeling happiness. I am feeling just like being full of life and joy and energy. What else? Okay. Something here. This one. One of these cards. This one. And this one for sure. All of these though? I think all of these. Is that it? Or are there more cards? This one, I think, wants to come out. Okay, is that it? No. Something heavy. I think it's that one. Okay. For me, when I'm trying to read the deck and the cards, a lot of times the deck feels heavy if there's a message in it, if there's a card that wants to come out. And then also you'll see how nicely it all went back into place. So I feel like it's done for now, but we might need to clarify something and pull a card back out later. But let's see what we have right here. We have the Ace of Cups. Your cup is full. There is a new beginning. This could be romantic. I get that feeling for some of you. There is actually not a new love, which is what I was about to say, a deepening of an existing love. This could be a friendship. You might be growing closer to a friend. It could also be a partnership, especially for anyone here who's married. You're going to really feel your partner and you're getting very close. The Three of Wands being inverted. You might get some travel plans canceled coming up, and the Five of Swords upside down. Five of Swords is an interesting card in this deck because, as you can see, or maybe not, it's pretty dark in here. There's this little mermaid kid, and they're all playing with swords. And they're not fake swords, as he has just found out, because he's cut his hand. And it's the idea that there is real world consequences to actions that might feel pretend. What's first coming to my mind is gambling. Some of you might have been gambling a lot. You might have been gambling with your time or with resources. And this is your heads up. You need to knock that off. There are absolutely real world consequences that are going to come for you, and you don't see them right now. You don't see how maybe it's wasting something that you shouldn't be doing, but something's going to come along and you're going to be like, oh my goodness, I should not have been doing that. And by the time you realize, it's going to be too late. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. This is a card of conflict. You've got this poor diver who's just shown up, and it looks like the people, the mermen guarding this castle, are just like, intruder. And there's kind of the idea that there's fear on both sides. In this card, it doesn't really look like anyone wants a conflict. They both just kind of ended up in the wrong place, and they both feel the need to defend themselves. And that's what's happening here with the Seven of Wands. I'm not sure how that card plays into your summer quite yet, but it is a lot of fire energy. And the Two of Wands, and oh my gosh, look at all of this fire energy. We have the Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, the Seven of Wands. What are these cards here? The King of Wands. Oh my goodness, he's inverted, but I think he wants to be upright. This star, there is so much energy in these cards. We have the Five of Pentacles reversed. We have the Four of Pentacles upright. You got the World card. And this is the indicator card for everyone. So it sounds like you needed to hear a message a little extra loud. All right. First off, this is a lot. This is a lot of cards that came out. This is a lot of energy, especially energy of chaos. I don't know how else to describe that. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but there's a lot going on. And if there's one thing you need to be prepared for in this summer, it is you need to be on your toes, because the plans that you are making, they are not going to work out. They are not going to work out according to plan anyways. There's going to be a lot of unexpected hiccups. If you have a huge vacation that is planned, it's not saying the vacation itself is canceled. You just might end up going to a different place than you thought. So be very considerate with packing. I'm also getting the heads up, someone might lose your luggage if you're flying somewhere. So make sure your carry-on is really packed in a way that if it's the only thing that you have that you bring with you, make sure it's got enough clothes, enough things like your toothbrush, your toothpaste, your like any skincare, even though I know it means you have to put in those little bottles and everything to get through TSA, but have all of that stuff ready, an extra charging pack, or at least your phone charger in there. And when they go and they say, oh, we'll free check your bags to get to your destination, don't do it. Do not do it. Do not check your bags, because I think if you check your carry-on, they are going to lose it. And that's not anything against TSA or anything like that. I am just sensing that there is a lot of chaotic energy in your life. And I want to point out, it's not your fault. This is not, I don't see this as energy that is I don't see it as destruction of your own making. I think you're just going through a phase in your life where a lot of things are going on. And maybe you feel like, is it me? Like, what am I doing? Why is everything that I try to do here, Two of Wands? There, you're trying to make good decisions and things are still just going haywire. That's why. That's why this card is upside down. This is not on you. I think you are just going through a time where you are changing and evolving and you're becoming someone new. And the universe is trying to help you, but also there's just a lot of things that are mounting up against you. And it's just going to be, you're going to be on the struggle bus a little bit. But these are also beautiful cards, and you're going to make a lot of memories during this time that are going to be really special. So absolutely don't feel like, you know, with all of these cards that it's a bad thing necessarily. Because there is going to be something really special that comes as a result of all of this. I really see how these are tied together with the World card. You are exactly where you are meant to be. There, the X's and the 1, that's a 21 right there for the World card. If you ever see 1111 on the clocks or just anything in general, just that's a reminder you're exactly where you're supposed to be. With the 4 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles reversed, you're not going to have a lot of money this summer. I do feel that. You're going to have to be frugal. You're going to have to stick to a budget and just be aware of the fact that here with your 2 of Wands reversed is something's not going to go according to plans. Even if you're saving up money now, you may still end up needing to spend that. It could be an emergency. Now, quick reminder, because I did mention here with the gambling or the misuse of resources or whatever's going on over here, this is not me saying, oh, you're going to have money problems, so don't bother saving. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, if anything, it'd be the opposite. Realize that money is going to be tight, so maybe tighten it up a little bit now so you are prepared. Because let's say you have $1,000 saved up to go on a trip, and then your car breaks down and you get a flat tire and a bill that you forgot you had comes due, and that all costs $500. Well, now you still have $500 to go on a trip. It's not a lot when it comes to trips, but you can at least take a road trip or something for a weekend with $500. If you have no money saved up though, and all of these things over here that cost $500 happen, which they could cost a lot more than that realistically, but we'll just go with that number. Well, now you are negative. You are banging on people's doors asking for money to fix your car. Forget going on a road trip or any vacation at that point. So I'm not saying don't save money because you're gonna be broke either way. What I am saying is live in a future-minded way, a future-orientated way, where you are planning for these, but then just accept that they may happen anyway, and it's okay. It's okay if you end up broke again for just a little bit. This is part of some plan that's happening here with the world. There's something special that is coming your way. Embrace the chaos. All right, I'm going to grab some of the color cards. And I'm going to start shuffling them and just see if there's advice that we can get leading into your summer, or if you're watching this and it's already your summer, anything indigo, improve your vision. Okay, so right away, these big plans that you have, they need a second look. We have number 40 here too, in case that's significant for you. 4s are also, they're numbers of grounding. They're numbers of grounding and rooting into things too. So if there is some plan that you have, especially for the future, or has to do with maybe housing, if you're getting ready to go to college, for instance, right now, and you have all of these plans set up, you might be needing to find a backup plan during the summertime. Don't let that stress you out. That's part of the world's vision for you. Okay? It's going to be fine. If that happens, You are going to be taken care of. You have white with lighten up. This is also making me think of a beach too. Some of you might end up somewhere that is just very bright and very sunny during the summertime. But again, with the message of this card, don't take things so seriously. You have the Star card here too. I don't know if I mentioned that. Not only is that just a card of beautiful energy and passion and light, that is also a card of a massive wish coming true. If there is some big dream that you have for the summer, it is going to come true. You are going to experience that. Whatever that dream is, you have the Star card and she's upright. It is all good news. And this card here, what is it going to be? And this card. Oh, rainbow with connect to spirit and nature. I don't even know where these cards are going to go. Sapphire with regenerate your body. This summer is going to be very healing. It's going to be very relaxing for you. I think you're going to end up eating a lot of like really delicious fruits too. Maybe if you're in a tropics area or on a farm where they have like fresh fruit and stuff too. Or just really good foods that make your body feel amazing. And I feel like one of these cards too. See both of them? I think it's both of them. Apricot with rejoice and laugh. There's going to be a lot of laughter for sure this summer. And pearl with connect to the divine. You're going to have a spiritual awakening. I would not be surprised if you end up in a monastery of some sort, or on some kind of spiritual retreat, or just having an experience that connects you to a part of yourself that you have never visited before. And then one thing I'm also hearing with that is you're going to be invited to experience something. And it could be something you've never done before. It could be something that you maybe had misinformation about, and so you had an aversion to it. It could be even something like some fun pagan ritual, or even going to a church or something like that. Someone's going to invite you to do something. And you're going to want to say no, because maybe it was the way you're raised, or maybe it's just your own personal beliefs, but you're going to want to say no. And this is saying it's okay to say yes. Now, if you get into the area, you're actually in the situation, you're like, okay, I don't feel safe. You like start feeling those like nausea or that gut feeling like, okay, I need to go. Absolutely go. Absolutely get out of that situation and leave. But I don't think that's what's going to happen from it. I think something very beautiful is going to come as a result of it. Don't be surprised if you go and accidentally join some fun nature cult over the summer because you don't have enough money to go do anything else. And then you realize that you absolutely love it so much. This connect to spirit in nature to the point where you have a hard time actually coming back at the end of that summer. And when I say summer, like, it could just be a 2-week long vacation if you're someone who works a job and that's all the vacation time they gave you. But it's going to feel a lot longer. It might even be some weekends too where you go back to this place. It's going to change your life. This summer is going to change your life. There's one important thing that I want to point out. It's going to be very hard for you to come back from this summer and back to the world and to your old self. And what I am feeling from spirit is that is because you're not supposed to. You're becoming a new person during the summer, and you need to let that happen. You need to let yourself become a brand new version of you, even if it means you come back and you lose friendships over it because they're just not aligned with the same path as you anymore. If it means you come back and you completely Just throw out everything that you have at home. Maybe you realized you were shallow before and now there are just other things that are more important to you. Don't be surprised if you come back and you've gone from somebody who just, doesn't really care and like goes to cafes and things like that and gets your to-go coffees, and at the end of the summer you're someone who's a zero waster and now you're bringing your own mug to get coffee, or you're even making your own, and you're trying to get rid of anything that's a single-use plastic. That's the kind of change that I'm talking about here. The kind of change where you're going to come back and people are going to say you're crazy, you're going overboard, you need to chill. They might even be telling you you need to lighten up. Let it happen. You're on a divine path right now. The summer is meant to happen exactly as it happens. It's meant to work out exactly the way it does. Just be open to it. Rejoice and laugh. When all these negative things happen, it's a plot twist that is meant to be there in your life. And be so grateful that it does happen too. Because the alternative is you end up exactly where you are. Maybe it's fun right now, but eventually it's going to get boring. And that's not what you were called. You're not called to lead a boring life. You're absolutely not called for that. So let it happen. When the craziness hits, when you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't take it anymore. No, you can. You can. Rejoice and laugh. This is a time that was destined for you. I'm going to grab some astrology cards real quick and we'll see if we get any final little bits of wisdom. Okay. Any little bits of wisdom for pile number 2? Oh, and look at that. We have some cards that are actually upside down, I guess from earlier. But I haven't seen these cards before, so I'm going to say they're meant to be here. And we have cards upside down here too. I don't understand that. Chance and opportunity though, right as I was saying earlier, there's going to be an option to do something. You need to take it when it happens to you. We have more cards that are upside down. How many are here? I don't, you know what? I'm seeing though this one right here with square, challenge and disharmony. Challenge and disharmony. That could just be growing pains too. If you're changing and there are people who are just not, they're just very resistant to you changing, that's okay. If that hits you this summer, honestly, probably not even the worst thing that's going to happen. Accept it, lighten up, rejoice and laugh. It's going to be okay. And I saw the second house, and there it is. I don't know if these other cards are going to come out. This one really wants to. Second house with resources and values. When I was mentioning earlier that there might be a lot of financial problems that happen, let me move these aside and pull those cards back to the front. There, with the 5 of Pentacles reversed and the 4 of Pentacles upright. When the second house is coming up with resources and values in this context, how I interpret that is it's the universe telling you your resources feel tight because you're not valuing the right thing. So if you're looking at it and it's like, oh, I need money so that I can go do this one thing because this one thing is what I really value. It's what I want more than anything else. The second house is reminding you that's not actually something that's meant for you. You also have the 9th house with learning and faith. And if you change your values, right here, improve your vision, you are going to see that you already have everything that you need for whatever it is you are called to be. And I know that sounds really vague. I wish it was not as vague as it was, but that's all that I'm feeling to say on that particular card. The 9th house with learning and faith, that lines up so beautifully with Pearl and connect to the divine. There will absolutely be a lot of learning and faith and growing in faith that's going to happen. Here, look at these chakras too, because I did mention that the orange is connected to your sacral chakra. you're going to feel an opening up of your sensuality. And what I mean by that doesn't necessarily have to be necessarily like sexual expression or anything. It could be that. It could absolutely be, if there's some of you, because the rainbow is here, that this is a summer where you come out. That could absolutely be something for you. It could also be if you just grew up very religious and maybe you're always dressing very modestly. This is not saying that you're going to start dressing immodestly, but it could just be where you're wearing summer dresses. You're putting on a swimsuit. You're feeling your femininity or your masculinity or whatever it is that just makes you flow and is how you move in life and how you feel freedom. You're going to get a lot of that. And also, if you see the chakras here, you also see them right over here with resources. I know it's too small for you to see, but those are all the chakras. And she's just balancing them. She's balancing them on one hand and she's balancing all the sacred geometry on the other. And then there's one other card that wanted to come out, and that's the 6th house with work and routine. And I see here you have the lunar calendar. You might be in a position, again, I'm remembering how the 8 of Swords was your indicator card. You might be in a place where you feel like every day is exactly the same. Work and routine. Go to work, go home, go to work, go home. Break free from that. You are absolutely being called to break free from that. I don't know what that looks like for you, but you're going to get the opportunities to say, I'm done with that. Please, 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 please take that opportunity. You are not in this world just so you can go to work, go home, and do that over and over again until the day you die of old age. That's not what you're on this earth to do. You have a sacred purpose and you're about to find, not all of it, because I think we're always meant to discover it as we grow in life, as we mature in our beliefs. We'll be constantly rediscovering our purpose. But a whole bunch of what's going to get you there, you're going to find out this summer. I'm really excited for you. I'm a little nervous for you too, because I can see how it's not going to be easy. You've got a lot going on and things are not going to feel like they're working out for you initially. But you're going to have memories that will last a lifetime based on the summer that you're about to have. Definitely take a deep breath. The Star card, this is about to be you. The King of Wands here again with just this fiery energy. And how I had said earlier that he was reversed, but I felt like he wanted to turn himself right side up. The King of Wands is just, he's the card of swagger. I don't know how else to describe it. He's the person who's so confident. He just walks into the room and he's like, hi guys, the party's here. But, you know, not in like a joking way, like in a legit, like he is the person who everyone wants to hang out with, everyone wants to be. That's reminding me again of this card with the rainbow here. Some of you might be coming out during the summer and you might find yourself finally just experiencing the euphoria of, you know, maybe it's cutting your hair a certain way or maybe it's dressing in a different way. You're gonna feel that. Whatever your King of Wands is, that's inverted right now, it wants to be upright so badly, and you're going to feel that this summer. Just when the opportunity comes to you, say yes. That's all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me in this reading. I hope you have a fantastic summer. Please come back later, leave a comment below, tell me how right this reading was, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. I've put all of the cards back in the deck, and because the other readings went a little long, I even got you a brand new candle because I didn't want it to go out during this reading. I'm really happy with the symmetry I've got going on today. All right. What are we feeling right now? Ooh, there's some thoughtfulness in this deck right now. There is some Aquarius energy, some Pisces energy. Absolutely some energy from some deep thinkers. Maybe some overthinkers might be in this group. Or something you're thinking about. Summer coming up. Mixed feelings. A little bit of that I'm getting. Okay. Holy Spirit. Come to me. Angels of pure white light. All that is blessed and good. What wisdom does pile number 3 need as they prepare for their summer? These cards want to turn a certain direction. We're going to let them. This card wants to come out. Knight of Cups. Was that your indicator card? Was it? Oh my goodness. That was your indicator card. Knight of Cups. Okay, and let's not get crazy here, but what else is coming up? There are a lot of cards. There's a lot of introspection I'm feeling here, or reflecting on your own thoughts. This one, when did it come out? The Three of Wands. This is a card of travel. And I know there's this card here too. Let me just pull it right. Seven of Pentacles, you're planning for something. You are planning for something. You're putting in the effort right now, even though it's not here yet. The Magician, but the Magician was inverted. You're not as in control of things as you think you are. I know you probably don't want to hear that, but you absolutely think you're pulling all the strings and you're not. And you need to be a little bit more open because something's going to happen for you this summer. The Nine of Swords, this is a card of nightmares. That came out for another group too, but I can't remember who it was. Does this card want to come up? I don't think so. If it does, it can come up later. All right. Tell me a little bit more. Look how these cards keep coming up like this. Ten of Wands, you are exhausted. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if you can see it now because it's gotten so dark, but the Ten of Wands, she looks like she's been just carrying heavy sticks out of this lava, whatever the volcanoes are in their underwater lava tube for probably hours, and she's so exhausted she wants to give up. And if it's inverted, you're in the process of giving up on something, literally as I'm speaking. Well, not actually literally, but like as you're reading this, you are in the process. I wouldn't be surprised if you clicked on this video because you're supposed to be doing something else and you're just like, over it. I'm done. I quit. And you pulled up this video. And I think you actually just clicked on it for fun. I don't think you actually thought there was going to be anything in here for you today. Maybe not all of you. I just got corrected. This feeling from Spirit wanting to say, no, some people did actually click because they were actually excited. They weren't just here to procrastinate something else. Okay, what are we looking at with all of this? A lot of you reflecting on things and possibly also a new love interest, but you're just not sure. This love interest may also be wanting to make plans with you. And maybe that's for the summer, and you're thinking, is that something we should be doing? Do I actually like you enough to commit to a road trip together? And I have no advice on that, unfortunately. At least nothing that's coming out quite yet. Seven of Pentacles. You've probably seen this card in other readings too. I absolutely love this card when it comes out, because what we have here is this little bassinet and this play structure, all this set up. So this couple is so ready and so excited for their baby to come, and the baby's not there yet. So there is something you are planning for right now, and you have everything in place, and just, where is it? Is it delayed? Why is it taking so long? You might even be feeling that way about your soulmate. You might have this person who's this kind of your Knight of Cups in your life, and he's not your soulmate, or at least you don't think he is. And it's making you wonder, well, where is my soulmate? And maybe you're wondering if like having a situationship until your soulmate shows up is okay. There's a lot of just thoughtfulness. I'm going to need some more cards, and I know they're going to come out in a minute. With the Nine of Swords, you've been losing sleep. You are really preoccupied about something. I don't even think this is your summer specifically. I think this is just where you are at right now. You might be watching this video and it's already summer. Or maybe it's like a little trick the universe played on you and it's meant to be applicable right now, even though you're watching this and it's maybe January, because that's when I'm doing this video, or February, or sometimes that is nowhere near summer, and you got this reading. Sometimes, you know, when God has something to say, he makes it happen. Sometimes the universe is tricky and sneaky like that, so I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm just going to go on. This card felt like it wanted to come out just now. Queen of Cups. That is a card of just nurturing and beauty. That's also a card of motherhood. Some of you might be moms. Or you might have children who are entrusted to you. Maybe you're the aunt. And what am I thinking as I'm looking at that? I'm seeing this blue that's coming out, and I wish it was a little brighter in here so that you could see it as well. I wonder if I can get some lamps on. Okay. I don't know if that really made that much of a difference, but now the lighting has changed. What I'm seeing here is this beautiful, like almost cotton candy galaxy blue that's coming out of this cup, and how it's almost like it's turning into the storminess here. You might be having nightmares because you're wondering, or at least it's keeping up at night, if you're a good parent or if you are doing things the right way. And Spirit just wants you to know, yes, you're fine. If there's a vacation, because I see the travel here, there's a vacation you're thinking about taking, but you have kids or you have someone who's counting on you. It could even be animals, honestly. And you're like, is it okay if I take a vacation? Like, are they going to be okay without me? Yeah. Yes, they will be. I mean, make plans to make sure that they're taken care of while you're gone. Don't just leave them, obviously, with a babysitter you've never met before. But this is the universe telling you that it is okay for you to take a break. Don't quit necessarily whatever it is that was going on with this Ten of Wands, but it's okay for you to take a break. I love how the oranges are here in this card. And then we have these almost volcano orange flowers today too. That's fun to see that color alignment. All right, I want to get some more cards. This doesn't really feel like it's telling me too much about your summer quite yet. So what I'm going to do, it's going to be different from the last group. I'm going to grab some color cards and then we're going to come back to the tarot deck if that's what feels right in the moment. If you have a question about any of the tarot decks or oracle cards I use, I try to link them all in the description of the video too. Sometimes the links don't work, so I just leave the name of them and you can search it wherever it is you like to go buy your tarot cards. This one wants to come out. Oh, there are two. Look how green they both are. We have Jade with Take Action. Okay, so here's what I'm hearing right now. You have been thinking and procrastinating on things. It's time for you to actually push the buy now button on that plane ticket. If it's not a plane ticket, if it was some vacation that maybe your friends were saying, please, we need to know, are you going or not? It's time for you to respond. Take action. And I think that, yes is the right answer here. I do see the threes here, the 3-2 and the 3-1. Green with revitalize your nervous system. Yeah, with the nightmares up here, that would make sense why that is coming out. You, Mama Bear, need to take a break and go out and be in nature or somewhere beautiful. go sip some cocktails or some mocktails or some coconut juice out of an actual coconut, because you cannot be the Queen of Cups in the Queen of Cups energy at this point right now. You are burnt out. You're exhausted. You need to go revitalize your nervous system so you can come back and be the Queen of Cups for the people in your life or the pets who are really important. Are there any more? I'm shuffling off camera, but I'm not sure if there are any more cards that want to come up right now. I don't think there are, so I'm going to go back to the tarot deck real quick. Okay. Now that we know yes to the vacation, what else do we need to know? What else does pile number 3 need to know? That was a lot. I don't think all of those are necessarily meant to come out. But we do have the Star card here. Your wish is coming true. What is your wish? What is the thing that you have been asking the universe for and it's not been showing up? We have the 2 of Pentacles. You know what? I'm just going to go through all these real quick and just let you know what they are. Even though this is like half the deck, it feels like came out. 2 of Pentacles is about balance. Absolutely no surprise that that's coming out, given that you have a card of burnout. So of course, the universe is also telling you, hey, maybe find some balance. The Tower, when the Tower falls, this is something that you had planned for. I was saying earlier that I needed more cards, and now all of these came out. This is something that you planned for. You're really excited for it, or you're really exhausted thinking about it. Either way, it just crumbled. Sorry, it's gone. It's time for you to pick a new path. And also, if it crumbled, it's because the foundation it was built on was not a good foundation. Grieve it, mourn it. I know that's rough. I also just realized this right next to the 7 of Pentacles, and this is about being super ready for something. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the same thing. If there's something that you're preparing for, you were super ready for it. Where is it? Where is it? And it fell apart in your face. I'm sorry that happened. It is time to move on though. We have the 5 of Wands inverted. You're feeling really low energy. You're feeling so low energy right now. I'm just gonna start stacking these on top of each other because otherwise there's no room. You are exhausted, but it's not a card of rest because you still have to take action in here. Page of Pentacles, you've had a new idea and you've been daydreaming about it. You're thinking about it. You also have the Page of Cups here. You're playing with this idea. Take action. Justice. If some of you were in a car accident recently, or maybe you have some other kind of like legal suit or something going on, justice is in the cards. Align yourself. Align your inner healing. There's nothing you can do at this point. We had the Magician reversed up here. There's nothing you can do at this point to tip the scales in either direction. All right, it's out of your hands. Once you've done your part, take a deep breath, step away from it, go back to your other responsibilities. The other cards that came out, and this is a lot. Do we actually, are we supposed to take all of these or just the one on the bottom? I feel like it's just the one, nope, that one wants to come out too. Any of these? Okay, I think it's just those 2. Oh, no, I started to put it together and I felt this wants to come out too. So those 3, no other ones. The Devil. Here's a message right away with the Devil. Sometimes the devil is really obvious when he's tempting us. And, you know, he says things like, oh, go do this thing that you know is bad, it'll make you happy. Well, sometimes the devil also tells you you don't deserve to be happy. Sometimes the devil tells you you haven't earned happiness. You need to work harder. The devil tells you things like you're a bad mom, you're a bad older sister, you're a bad student. You didn't try very hard. If there's a celebration, the devil tells you no one would actually be here celebrating you if they really knew who you were. We have the Emperor reversed. You've given up a lot of your own power. I want to point out something really beautiful that happens with the way this card was drawn. is that there are no locks on this cage, or at least there are, but the locks are all unlocked. So this person thinks they're stuck, thinks they're trapped, but they're actually not. They have a lot of autonomy to just get up and leave that situation. They're kind of trapped there of their own accord. And I don't think that this is representing addiction, even though a lot of times the Devil card does represent addiction, lust. I don't think that's what is represented here. I want to point out something too that I was thinking earlier, and I think this is just God looping me back to it. You might be seeing someone, if you are a parent, and you're wondering if it's okay, that you're seeing this person, given that you have kids. You might be feeling kind of overwhelmed by that. You might be feeling, is this okay? Like, is this taking my attention away from my kids where it should be on them? You have this card balance here. Your joy, your ability to have a companion in this lifetime does not need to come second to anything else. At the same time, your kids don't need to come second to anything else. It is okay for you to have two things in first place, as long as first place is you taking care of yourself. Because if you take care of yourself, if you align yourself, the energy that you need for these other things will follow. And you can even think about it like a triangle, right? That on one end you have the care you have for yourself, here's the supportive partnership, and here you have your family. And they all work together. And if you're putting more effort into one, you're destabilizing the others. And if you're not putting any effort into one, then the whole structure collapses. So take care of yourself. It's okay to be dating and to be trying to find your soulmate. I'm not saying that this person that you're with right now is your soulmate. That's not coming through one way or the other for me with the cards. I wish I could clarify, but I think there are too many of you watching this video for me to say specifically. Maybe in another video. I have yes or no videos on my channel. You can go check that one out. But what I am hearing is that it is okay for you to be dating other people. That's not necessarily hurting your kids. However, it is not okay for you to be in a state of energetic misalignment to where you feel like you have to be the world's best girlfriend and also the world's best mom, and you're not even brushing your teeth at night. You're not doing your skincare routine. That's the part that's not okay. You have to take care of yourself. Card I've been holding this whole time, Emperor inverted. You've given up your power. You really need to take that back. And what that looks like is controlling the things that you can control and are meant to control. Not just being a control freak for no reason, but things like, how much are your kids watching TV? How much are you watching TV? Is that time you could spend doing something else that is not just like flashing lights in your face that are just going to wire your brain to where you can't sleep at night? Whatever it is, maybe it's the amount of caffeine you're having in a day. There is something where you have given over your control and you're being called to take it back. Last card from the tarot deck, Wheel of Fortune. That's what's happening for you this summer. You have something really special that is, you're on a divine path right now. And the Wheel of Fortune, your fate is changing. Good things are coming. Now, when the Wheel of Fortune is upside down, that means, hey, maybe things have been really good and it's changing right now and you're going to be going through a bit of a harder time. Here's your heads up. But that's not how this card showed up. It showed up upright, which is the position we love to see it in. So you have good times ahead, especially looking back. If you did have some legal battle that was going on, this could have also been a divorce too. For some of you, that would make sense anyways. Car accident was just the first thing that came to my mind when I pulled this card, so take it how it resonates. What I'm going to grab next are the astrology cards. And let's just get a look. Here's some last inspiration for a pile of 3. Oh my goodness, there's a lot going on in your life. This is a chaotic board right now. It's fine. Your life is chaotic too, but your life is beautiful, so it's okay. Self and identity, first house. Do you know who you are? Like, serious question. Like, someone asks you, who are you? Whether it's a job interview or a first date, or just a friend. Do you have an answer for that? And I don't mean like oh, this is my polished answer that all the job boards told me to have ready for when someone asks that in an interview. Here's how. No, just like genuinely, like, do you feel like you know who you are? It might be time to really discover that. And this summer especially, you might go on a journey that just teaches you that. And that journey, honestly, because I'm feeling there are a lot of readers in this reading, that journey might just be a book. There might be a book you fall in love with this summer, and it just changes your identity in the most beautiful way. It changes how you see yourself, changes how you see the world. Neptune with dreams and spirit. You had this card of nightmares. You're going to have such beautiful dreams this summer. You're going to start sleeping better. You're going to actually look forward to falling asleep. Whereas I think right now, a lot of you, or at least if you're not right now, it could be coming up, you might be feeling a lot of nightmares to the point where you're actually scared of going to sleep. You're going to be realigning though, and that's going to change all of that. If you let it, there's my little disclaimer. When you realign, if you let it, that's going to change, especially your sleeping. Because I now see 2 indicators of that in your reading. You're going to get much better sleep this summer. What else? Oh, and then there's a card that's just backwards, I guess. Pisces! I knew there was a Pisces in the deck too. When I was shuffling all of the tarot cards, I felt like someone here is a Pisces. Hello. How are you doing? The Dreamer. I forgot that the Pisces says the Dreamer too. That's really neat. You're absolutely just going to be getting such good sleep this summer with the South Node, the Moon, Old Karma. Interestingly, I believe I saw this on the bottom of this deck when I picked it up, but I thought, well, maybe it's just because it hasn't been shuffled since the last deck, the last reading, even though it didn't come out in the last reading. I was like, I don't know if I'm meant to turn this over and show it. And I was like, if it's meant to come out, it'll come out. And here it is. It's meant to be here. South Node of the Moon with Old Karma. What that could also be is it could be someone from your past could be coming back. And his karma could be a good thing, especially if you've been struggling for so long. I'm going to guess that this Wheel of Fortune has a lot to do with old karma coming back to make things right again. you are due for it. And what do we have for these 2 cards? We have 12th house with spirituality and art. I think this came out of the first group. Couple similarities there. And 7th house, love and partnership. I don't know that you're necessarily meeting your soulmate this summer, but you are absolutely transforming in the 7th house. That is the house of love and partnership. You're absolutely having somebody in your life who is just going to make you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad they're here. You're going to feel so supported. Right here at the bottom of the deck too, we had Cancer with the caring. And right underneath that, Venus with love and beauty. That's your skincare routine right there too. You know what? We're going with it because I keep seeing these, so I'm just going to go with it. 5th house, joy and play. You are going to be feeling transformation in all of these areas this summer. Love and partnership. There's absolutely love that is coming your way. It may not be forever love, but it is meant for you love, even if it's just temporary. There are people who do come into our lives, and yes, there's a little bit of heartbreak when they leave, but the time that they are there is so impactful and so beautiful. I'm trying to remember how that saying goes, but I do know it's something about some people come in their lessons. And I know it's something like people are either this or their lessons. And I can't, right now in this moment, it's going to probably come to me as soon as I post this video. I can't remember the other part of it. But what I do want to say on that is that sometimes lessons, they're not necessarily, oh, you learn the hard way. Sometimes you learn very beautiful things about yourself by just being with another person. Especially if this is someone, because we have joy and play, who has hobbies that are really fun and they get you involved in those hobbies. And even after the relationship ends, you're like, yeah, but I'm still really good at pickleball. I didn't even know what pickleball was when I met this person. Love and beauty, just let yourself go a little bit and just be free. If you've been someone who's been really like counting your calories or practicing like some form of like restrictive dieting to the point where it's gotten you in like a bad mood and you're really focused on things like what is that number on the scale, let that go. Absolutely feel that's something. It's not saying go eat, like whatever garbage people ask you to eat, especially if you work in a place where they're always bringing donuts and stuff. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that lighten up a little bit, because these results could be slowing down. If you're trying to get healthy, if you're trying to get fit or something, those results could be going slowly because you're under so much stress. And also, if you're experiencing such poor sleep, I know that absolutely leads to things like overeating can be correlated with poor sleep. Just the extra cortisol, I think that's a stress hormone. All of that can cause your body to hold on to weight in a way that you probably don't want it to. And that's not on you. You've just got a lot going on and it's been really hard for you to fall asleep. That's being resolved very soon. See Cancer here too, and that's so pretty. There is an indicator card for the whole deck, has something to do with the moon in Cancer. I'm going to find it real quick. I think I just set it off to the side. I did. Full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. I think this is talking about this, the card of justice and some legal issue that's been going on. I think that's what's going on here. So you can expect that to take care of itself during this summer. There are definitely a lot of things that are changing for you right now. And I absolutely understand why you're having so much trouble falling asleep, why you're maybe feeling like with self and identity here, you don't know who you are anymore. You might have had a lot of things change recently. If you did go through a breakup, I don't see any breakup cards here. So I think if it did happen, it happened a long time ago. You're not necessarily still heartbroken about it, but you might be still trying to figure out who you are without that old person, without the person that you left. It could have also been somebody who, you were never that close to, but they really, how do I say this? They really impacted you in a negative way. Like they might have been somebody who said a lot of negative things about you and made you feel like you were less of a person. Maybe you even felt like you respected yourself less for being with them. That's all in the past. That is over. That could have been your tower moment. This could have even been you waiting for that person to change. I know you'll absolutely just take that how it resonates. But where you're at right now, good things are coming and you have the freedom to move on. You're not a horrible person. You're not bad. You are doing your best. Your best is enough. In fact, you're doing a little too much. You need to take a little bit of a breather. Get back in touch with who you are. Anytime you get this summer, Page of Cups. Look at this Page of Cups. I just realized he's at the beach. And I know this is the Mermaid Tarot Deck, but he's at the beach, and that looks like it could be Washington, honestly. You're going to the beach this summer. And it's probably going to be a short little trip there. It might be that you already live at the beach, but you're going to have a beach day. Bring with you maybe a journal or a book or something. But what I'm hearing is keep your phone off. Whatever you do, do not just end up scrolling on your phone while you're on the beach. The universe has something it needs to tell you. It's going to tell you that at the beach. If you're there with your kids or your pets, be mindful and present with them. If you're there with someone you're dating, with a partner, be mindful and present with them, or send them off to play with the kids. But be there. Be mindful, be present, because there is something the universe needs to tell you. You're going to hear it when you're at the beach. You're doing such a good job. I feel the need to say that one more time. You're doing an absolutely fantastic job. Everyone in your life is thriving, and it's not just because of you, but you are a big part of it for sure. Your personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. This is so special. I'm really excited for you. That's all I have for you and for your reading. I hope you have a beautiful summer. Come back, comment down below when everything gets better and beautiful. Look at how this green is here, and then you had these two green cards that showed up as well. That's so pretty. I love the synchronicities like that. All right, take care, take action, and have a very wonderful, not just summer, but just rest of the year, because summer is going to set something in motion that is not going to stop anytime soon. All right, I'm sending you so much love. Bye.